Greetings, my name is Michael Martin, and this is my response for prompt 3, how my quest experience is tied back to my reading material. So the two quests that I chose were the weekly plan and then the Psychology of Play podcast review. So, the two concepts from the reading material that I'm associating with this is wellness and well-being, and then changing your perceptions as a subset of growing an optimistic mindset. And so, on the wellness and well-being side of the fence, the weekly plan I think is a critical component in helping to foster wellness and well-being. One of the concepts in that is if you want to help to improve your mindset and leveraging like the positive psychology elements, you want to help to improve your relationships. And one thing that the weekly plan can do, which there's other quests I think might focus on that more intently, but what the weekly plan can do is to help surface how much or how little you're focusing on spending time with other people and focusing on your relationships. One thing about the order of these projects is that I did my weekly plan before looking at these prompts. And looking back at the weekly plan, there's not a lot of time in there, much at all really, where I'm focused or dedicating much of my week to spending time with other people, whether it be in a real space or in a virtual space. And so that's helped to expose an opening there that would behoove me to fill. Um, and then with growing an optimistic mindset, changing my perceptions. So tying that into the Psychology of Play podcast, one of the elements I touched on with my presentation were energy vampires. And one of the things they talked about in the podcast is, cutting people like that out of your life, etc. And I'm not a proponent of that in any way. Well, not a huge proponent of that. I don't think you should just cut people out of your life willy-nilly because those people came into your life for a reason. And you look at the relationship, and if the relationship is completely toxic and there's no benefit for either of you to maintain it, then yeah, you do what you need to do. But part of what I think is valuable in not necessarily just cutting people like that off is that we're all a work in progress. We're all growing, and it's valuable for us to encourage each other to change our perspectives. One of the concepts they talk to is that your past doesn't define who you are. You're not your past. Your past is a series of things that happened to you. But and then shifting to your present, your present mindset. If you can change the way that you live in the present, that can help you change, habitual habits and help encourage you to be more positive and help you to build out a more optimistic mindset, which would reduce the amount of energy vampirism that an individual is engaging in. And I think part of the import in not just cutting people like that out of your life is to help people like that realize what the impact of their actions and behaviors are, and that at least provides them an opportunity to help change how they're manifesting their present behaviors. And so with that, that's how I associate those two concepts together. Thank you.